Yo, subbies, what's up with ya? All 93 of you, coming at you from my lovely, lovely living room. Please excuse that voice crack and my lack of makeup. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing the My Firsts tag for you. I am gathering these questions from Joey Graceffa's video. And let's just get started. Are you still recording? I really hope so. The first question is, what was your first tweet? And let's see, I'm gonna pull it up here. It says, I'm so behind, but I have no clue how to use Twitter, ... So, tweet? What was your first YouTube video? I did a January favorites video because I thought maybe January's the beginning of the year. This is the beginning of my YouTube channel. Somehow magic might happen. It didn't. First person you subscribed to on YouTube. I think Michelle Fawn or J Loves Mac 1 because she's Filipina like I am. First Facebook profile picture. This was my first Facebook profile photo. I have no idea why in the world I thought that was an attractive photo of myself, but I think that was at a surprise birthday party one of my best friends had for me. Next question is, do you still talk to your first love? No, I do not. And I think I'm gonna save that whole story for a whole other video. I think I might make a series of videos based on my first love and how that relationship began and ended. So if you're interested, please let me know because it's something I would really love to share with you. My lighting is going away. It's very gloomy where I live. What was your first alcoholic drink? My first taste of an alcoholic drink, I must have been probably like 7 or 8 years old. I was begging my dad to let me take a sip of his beer. He gave me a sip of his beer. I remember I hated it, and then like, I don't know, 12 years later, I guess my first full alcoholic drink was a glass of red wine. What was your first job? My first job, it was under the table. I played in a string quartet since I started playing the violin since I was probably, I think I was 4 or 5. I played in a string quartet when I was 15 maybe. And we would play at random events. We would get hired and we had a manager and we got paid, but it wasn't really considered a job. So I guess my first real job was at the Gap. I worked there for about 5 years. You know, retail sucks. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But I really loved my coworkers and all my managers. We really made some special friendships there. What was your first car? My family's first car was this green, I think it was a Subaru Outback. One of those tiny, what are they called? What are they called? Oh, it was a green Ford Escort. My first car is the car that I drive now. It's a silver Toyota RAV4. Who was the first person to text you today? Let me check. No one. No one texted me today. I had to text them, so I guess the first person I sent a text to was my friend Norm. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? I try to start every day with myself in mind. I mean, it sounds really, really cheesy, but I think it's important to wake up with a fresh attitude every day. Like I try to say to myself, what can I do to make today better? Who was your first grade teacher? Her name was Ms. Mandela, and she was the sweetest lady. I remember her so well. She was great. Where did you go on your first airplane ride? My first airplane ride was to Florida, and we went to Disney World. I loved it. It was probably the most magical experience of my life. And yeah, I definitely want to go back to Disney World. But I'm more afraid now of flying than I was when I was 6. Don't know why. I have an international flight going to the Philippines in like 2 weeks. I'm so pumped. But the flight. I'm trying to think of ways to knock myself out so that I sleep the whole time. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk to them? My first best friend, her name was Elaine. We became best friends because we were neighbors in my childhood home. No, we do not still talk because, I don't know, I think we just grew apart. We were so young that, it's hard to explain, it really is. We just lost touch. Hey, Elaine, if you're watching. Where was your first sleepover? Elaine's house. What was the first thing you did this morning? Okay, my morning ritual has become very strict. So the first thing that I do is I put on my gym clothes so that I'm in that mindset to go to the gym. I'm gonna do a whole fitness related video soon, so sit tight for that. What was the first concert you ever went to? The first concert I ever went to was the Panic at the Disco concert. I was 13. First broken bone. Surprisingly, with how clumsy I am and having been a dancer for most of my life, I have never broken a bone. But I do think that last year I did something to this toe. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that I have broken my pinky toe before. My first piercing was my first holes when I was 6 years old. First foreign country I've gone to. The first foreign country I visited was Italy because I went with the orchestra that I was a part of at the time in 2011? Anyway, about 4 years ago, we went on tour. We did 12 concerts in 12 different cities in the span of 10 days. First movie you remember seeing. In theaters, my dad took me to see Hercules. I don't know if that's the first one I've seen, but that's the first one I remember seeing. And the first movie I remember ever watching was Little Lulu or Little Audrey. High five if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you had one wish, what would it be? Please tell me how this fits into this tag, but anyway, if I had one wish, it would be, oh god, this is hard. I'm gonna have to get back to you on this one. What was the first sport you were involved in? Dance is a sport, so dance is the first sport I was involved in. Then I played soccer and softball. I was pretty good at softball, basketball, and what else did I do? Field hockey. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Depending on the day, but usually I'll make a snack or dinner or whatever time it is. I will have something to eat and change my pants out of my uncomfortable jeans. When was your first kiss? I was in high school. I think I was a freshman. No, I was in 7th grade. Oh, I was a little promiscuous one. I was in 7th grade and it was at a football game. And my boyfriend at the time kissed me on the lips for the first time and it was so dry and awkward and I really hope that he's not watching this. That's it for my first tag video. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. I like doing tag videos, but please leave me comments on what you would like to see from me because I want to make you happy. See you in my next video. Bye!